Wow. Good, great people, you are welcome to another episode of Redemption Road Critical Analysis. Yeah, today we are going to summarize and look at the narrative techniques used in the chapter 2 of the novel, this wonderful novel. First, let me roll out the characters that are involved in this chapter 2. First on the list of the characters is Moses Varney, a very interesting character. I don't want to preempt the plot. I don't want to preempt this plot. I want us to just go with the wave, with the flow. I don't want to jump anything so that you'll be caught up, so that the suspense and the mastery of the novelist can be revealed to you. Wow. Elma Shaw did a great job with this novel, with the character of this Moses Varney. I will tell you a few things about Moses Varney. He's an interesting character, a very, very interesting character. For me, I think he's more interesting than other characters in the work. You get to see why in future. But one thing I want to tell you about Moses Varney at this moment is that Moses Varney actually studied business administration. Moses Varney studied business administration at LU. And he's into law. Yeah, he's into law. Like he is a human rights activist. So let us put it at that. He is a human rights activist. Back when he was young, he tries to educate people about their right, how to speak up for their right, how to fight for their right, how to stand for their right. So he studied business administration and is a human rights activist. Let us put it that way. He is involved with the law of the land. Yes. So there's something interesting about Varney. So aside from Moses Varney, I've taken my time to tell you something about Moses Varney right now. Yeah, and you see the smiles on my face while discussing Moses Varney. I want you to remember these smiles because you are going to be shocked. All right. Then another character that we have in chapter 2, we have Simeon, a teenage boy living on the street, trying to survive on the street. We have Where is the driver and bodyguard to Moses Varney. The driver and the bodyguard to Moses Varney. In this chapter 2, actually, we see Moses Varney driving a Pajero to the Temple of Justice. Where drives Moses Varney to the Temple of Justice? There is an urgent law matter, law issue. According to the third person omniscient point of view, while roaming the consciousness of Moses Varney, Varney feels that why does it have to be him each time someone's life is hanging in the balance? So now you know the cause for which he stands. Interesting. Look at this. Interesting. I won't tell you how many fingers do you see here? 2 fingers, but just calm down. So Moses Varney feels that why does it have to be him anytime someone's life is hanging in the balance? Why does it have to be him? He's been going to the Temple of Justice for God knows when. For God knows when. He's been there fighting someone's cause, trying to set someone free. And in front of this Pajero Jeep of his, there is a sticker. The sticker says, "In the cause of the people, the struggle continues." In the cause of the people, the struggle continues. Mind you, this sticker has been there since the age 1980, the time when Samuel Doe planned the coup and came into power. Yeah, since 1980. Now we are 10 years, we're over 10 years, 10 years later. Moses Varney finds it hard to do away with the sticker. Yeah, he finds it hard to do away with the sticker. He feels the sticker is just symbolic of what he stands for. 1980, when President Samuel K. Doe comes into power through his coup, he comes with his political party, People's Redemption Council, PRC, and their slogan is, in the cause of the people, the struggle continues. Moses Varney hasn't stopped using the sticker and the slogan because he feels it is symbolic of this. So when they get to the Temple of Justice, Moses Varney gets down, approaching the great edifice, the Temple of Justice, and we have some group of teenage boys who live on the street trying to get closer to Moses Varney. They are hailing him, bro V, where the bodyguard and the driver tries to stop them from coming closer to his boss. But Moses Varney stops him from doing that because he knows these teenagers, they are living on the street. He also knows what it means to be on the street. Yes, he knows what it means to be on the street, and he feels for this boy. He feels right there at the bottom of his heart that one day he's going to help these boys out of the streets. Why? He also knows what it takes to be on the street. You see, Varney knows what it is to be unemployed and try to survive on the street. When he's just 11 years old, he's traveling with his parents in a minibus from Sanikili to Monrovia. He's traveling from Sanikili. Sanikili is one of the locations that we have in the text, to the capital city, Monrovia. The driver of the minibus loses control of the bus and the bus stumbles into a ravine. So what is responsible for this accident? Overload. The bus intended for just 15 passengers now carries ×2 with heavy loads on top of the minibus, everywhere bombarded with loads. So the bus tumbles into the ravine and 10 people lose their lives on that day, including Varney's parents, the dad and the mom. They lose their lives. After that, without parents, after this accident, Varney's 2 younger sisters go to live with his aunt while he heads to his uncle in Monrovia. Varney doesn't really want to tell us the details about his experience because he finds it so unpalatable. It is going to live in Monrovia that has changed his life forever. So he knows what it means to be on the street, and he assures this boy that he has not forgotten them, starting with Simeon and the other group of teenage boys on the street, that he has not forgotten them, that he assures them that very, very soon he will do something about their situation. So after this brief flashback into his own past, Moses Varney focuses on Simeon's face. He sees that the boy has hope for the future and is determined to make it, but he feels for him that how is he going to survive on the street, and this young Alfonso as well. He promises the two. He promises all the teenage boys that I won't forget you. Yeah, he promises them that he won't forget them. Having promised them, he looks ahead of him to the Temple of Justice building and wonders why the system has become so bad. Back in his days, having assured the boys that he would never forget them, he moves towards the Temple of Justice edifice, wondering why the system has become so bad. There is no justice. The system is so bad. And when there is no justice, there can never be peace. Back in his days, when he was growing up, they were calling for justice back then. But now the song has changed. They no more call for justice. People just want peace. They just want peace. They want an end to war, to strife. They just want to live a peaceful life. That is what they want right now. But to Moses Varney, how can there be peace when there is no justice? In the Liberia of the era painted in this novel, there is no justice. And he keeps wondering, why is that the case? He even remembers back in his days when he tries to teach people their rights so that they can stand for their rights, so that they can fight for their rights. He wishes the people would just stand up and fight for their rights. With that, he moves ahead because the lives of some people are hanging in the balance, and he needs to go in there into the temple of justice and sort that out. Let me end this chapter by reading this part for you. Where was the justice in this God-forsaken place? In his day, they used to call for justice. Nowadays, everyone was calling for peace. When would they understand? There can never be true peace in Liberia until there is equity for the masses. No justice, no peace. How many times did they have to say it? He only wished the people would rise up to liberate themselves. That was the key. The task was daunting, but not impossible. He remembered the days long past when they tried to teach the people about their rights, how he would hold up a textbook and tell them it was their weapon of liberation. It wasn't easy when sometimes over half of the group could not read or write. Still, he had believed in the dream with all his heart. Varney entered the Temple of Justice and made his way to the judiciary wing. He stopped in front of a large ornate door and weighed his choices for what seemed like the millionth time. Then he took a deep breath and knocked on the door with a renewed determination. In the cause of the people, the struggle has continued long enough. He thought, now it's time for the struggle to end. With that, the chapter 2, very short chapter, comes to an end. We are introduced to the character of Moses Varney. Character of Moses Varney. I am warning you, you have seen Varney before. Between chapter 1 and chapter 2 now, you have seen Varney before. But now, the novelist says, the narrator also tells us that this is Moses Varney. So I give it to you like that, that this is Moses Varney. A very interesting character. So quickly, what are the narrative techniques used in this chapter 2, despite the fact that it's just so brief? Actually, chapter 2 is on just 3 pages. 3 pages. To start with, we have a flashback. Yes, we have flashback. Or before the flashback, we have dialogue. We have dialogue. We see the interaction between Moses Varney and Simeon, the teenage boys. They hailing him, poppy, brovi. And even when we tries to stop them from getting to Moses Varney, he says, no, these are my own guys. And the boys, they take their own turn to deride where. Don't you know that this is our own papa here? This is our puppy here. You don't know our puppy. That is why you're trying to stop us. You can't stop us from seeing our puppy. So there is dialogue right there. That's number 1. Number 2, we have flashback. And this flashback takes us into the past, into the childhood days of Moses Varney, when he's just about 11 years old and he loses his parents to an accident where the many boys taking them to Monrovia topple into the ravine. So that is flashback, making number 2. Then we have the third one, which is the omniscient point of view again comes to play. We see the power of omniscient point of view entering Moses' mind, Varney's mind, telling us what he's thinking. what his struggle has been from when he was young, trying to fight, trying to teach people, trying to educate people to stand and fight for their rights. So that is the power of the omniscient point of view. This omniscient point of view tells us inside him as well that okay, the struggle has gone on for long. Now it's time to put an end to the struggle. It's determination within. The third person omniscient point of view grants us access into his determination right there in his mind. So we have dialogue, we have flashback, and we have the third person omniscient point of view. Now, yes, and number 4, we have suspense. We want to know. I've told you something about the character of Varney, but we are still in suspense. So we want to know. We want to know whose life is hanging in the balance. How is he going to achieve his fight to end the struggle for justice? So we have that, and we want to see if truly his promise to these boys will be fulfilled when he says he won't forget them. That's suspense. We want to know. We want to know the path which Moses Varney will take to redeeming the people. That is suspense. So these are the 4 narrative techniques that we have in chapter 2. Till I come your way in the next episode, which is the chapter 3. Continue to be safe. It is well with us. Thank you for watching.